Wanya back inside the wrestling basement, coming at you with another episode of what they expect as far as my Extreme Rules predictions, the spoilers. Man, let's jump right into today's video. The interim United States Champion MVP alongside Bobby Lashley versus the current champion Apollo Cruz. Now, as far as the United States Championship match, you know, my prediction of this match is pretty clear. Obviously, Apollo Cruz is definitely going to be losing the United States Championship due to the fact that he ain't been on Monday Night Raw in the past 2 weeks. They hinted at an injury. Hopefully, he's not really injured. It's just all the storyline. He come back, you know, a month or two down the line and try and MVP and get his shit back. But MVP to unveil a new championship. You really think MVP finna unveil a new championship on top of Bobby Lashley being outside the ring? He finna lose to Apollo Cruz? You gotta be shitting me. So it's clear and obvious that MVP is definitely gonna be walking out of there with his newly unveiled United States champion defeating Apollo Cruz. So yeah, MVP over Apollo Cruz, and we will definitely be seeing a new United States champion this Sunday at Extreme Rules. Next up, we got a hellacious eye for an eye, inaugural eye for an eye match between the master of the 619, Rey Mysterio, and Seth Rollins. As far as this match, this eye for an eye match, I'm going to have to go with Rey Mysterio due to the fact that if Rey Mysterio lose this match, just think about it. You had Seth Rollins down to take your eye out. Then if you turn around and lose the match to him after you chose this stipulation, Rey Mysterio would definitely not look like a legend. The only way Rey Mysterio really can afford to lose this match is due to his son Dominic joining forces with Seth Rollins. Other than that, it's time for him to send Seth Rollins off into the sunset for now, you know, to be with his wife and his son or daughter, whatever they having in the future. So, as far as this match, like, as far as Seth Rollins losing, he got something to, you know, fall back on. And by fall back, I mean he got something to go do with his time off. You know, like I said, Becky Lynch pregnant. And as far as Rey Mysterio, if he loses this match, you know, he can go train his son, you know, like behind the scenes. So, as far as regardless of whoever win this match, either one of these superstars, you know, regardless of who win or lose, you gotta, you know, think in the back of your mind. Say if Seth Rollins lose, is he gonna show up the next night Monday Night Raw with a damn eye patch on, or if Rey Mysterio loses his eyes, he gonna show up the next Monday Night on Raw, you know, with the eye patch over his eye, like, you know, over his mask, like he been doing for the past couple of weeks. So, you know, as far as like storyline wise and booking, it will make the most sense for Rey Mysterio to ride off in the sunset with the W, you know, over Seth Rollins. You know, Seth Rollins, like I said, he almost took his eye out. You know, you did all of this. You didn't chose the match stipulation, eye for an eye. You mean tell you gonna let a motherfucker take your eye in front of your son? Like, that'll be the ultimate, you know, bummer as far as Rey Mysterio's career. So Rey Mysterio more than likely going to win this eye for an eye match. Next up, we got a SmackDown Women's Championship match between the champion Bayley defending her championship and going one-on-one against the #1 contender Nikki Cross. Now, as far as this match, I'm expecting Bayley to win this match, you know, retain the SmackDown Women's Champion, but it would definitely be a shake-up on the Blue Brand of Friday Night SmackDown if Nikki Cross was to some type of magical, mysterious way defeat and dethrone Bayley. But like I've been saying in many of my recent videos, it'll be one hell of a shocker if, you know, Alexis Bliss came out there and cost Nikki Cross this Women's Championship match. But overall, we can pretty much expect Bayley to walk out of there still the SmackDown Women's Champion. And since we're talking about Women's Champion, we're talking about Bayley. She is one half of the WWE Women's Tag Team Champion with her best friend Sasha Banks, which we know will go one-on-one with Asuka for the Raw Women's Championship. Now, we could potentially see Bayley and Sasha Banks walk out of, you know, this Extreme Rules pay-per-view with as double champions, or we can see Bayley and Sasha Banks walk out of this Extreme Rules pay-per-view with just the WWE Women's Tag Team Champion. So, as far as, you know, Sasha Banks and Asuka for the Raw Women's Championship, I honestly won't be surprised if Sasha Banks defeat Asuka. Like, you know, they gotta find somebody to replace Becky Lynch, you know, for the time being. And I feel as though they didn't put Asuka in that position. So, as far as the Raw Women's Championship match, I can pretty much see Asuka retaining the Raw Women's Champion and, you know, getting a W over Sasha Banks, and potentially we can see Sasha Banks later on down the line challenge Bayley for her SmackDown Women's Champion. So we can expect both women's champions to, you know, retain their championships at the Extreme Rules pay-per-view. Next up, we got a Wyatt Swamp Fight match between the owner of the property, Bray Wyatt, versus Braun Strowman, the Universal Champion. This is a non-title match. I thought it was for a championship, but unfortunately that's not the case. So, as far as this swamp fight match, it makes the most sense storyline wise for, you know, it really, you know, regardless of who win this match, it really don't matter because in the end, Braun Strowman they're going to have to go against the Fiend, you know, for the Universal Champion. So it can go both ways. Like, how would Bray Wyatt look if he lose in a swamp fight match on his own turf? How would he look losing to, you know, student versus teacher? How would he look losing to, you know, Braun Strowman in his own backyard? But then on the other hand, you gotta think, if he do lose, like I said, Braun Strowman eventually got to run to the Fiend for the Universal Championship at the next biggest pay-per-view, which more than likely is SummerSlam. So, as far as this swamp fight match, I'm going to have to go ahead and give it to Bray Wyatt due to he is in his backyard. He got home field advantage. And if he don't win this match, like, how would that look on his character? But don't be surprised. He could very well lose. And, you know, Braun Strowman, he go on, I done beat, you know, Firefly Funhouse Bray. I done beat the, you know, the Bray Wyatt, you know, the Eater Awards Bray Wyatt. Now he got to go against the Juggernaut, the boss level, the boss fight, you know, that being the Fiend. And, you know, all you got to do is call Goldberg. If Goldberg beat the Fiend and, you know, Braun Strowman defeat Goldberg, logically, we know WWE is not logical. That means Braun Strowman can defeat the Fiend if he defeated Goldberg and Goldberg defeat the Fiend. So, I'm going to have to go with Bray Wyatt to win this match, you know, like I said, due to it being in his own backyard. Last and certainly not least, we got a WWE Championship match between the champion Drew McIntyre defending the WWE Championship against Dolph Ziggler. Now, nobody in their right mind see Dolph Ziggler walking out as the WWE Champion, but I honestly won't be surprised. You know, due to what's going on in WWE sports right now, no matter which champion there is, it's all kind of getting, you know, in a way getting stale because Drew McIntyre, he's built not to lose, so there's really no real competitors to, you know, go against him for his championship. So Dolph Ziggler just going to be another speed bump in his, you know, role as being the WWE champion. He's definitely not going to defeat Drew McIntyre for the WWE champion. So as far as this, I won't be upset and I won't be surprised if Drew McIntyre, you know, do lose the championship to Dolph Ziggler. I honestly won't mind seeing Dolph Ziggler as the WWE champion, you know, as a top heel, but we all know it's not going to happen. So we can expect Drew McIntyre to remain the WWE champion, defeating Dolph Ziggler, you know, at Extreme Rules. So with that pretty much been the end of today's video on my, you know, the horror show at Extreme Rules pay-per-view. You know, these really weren't even no prediction. These were really spoilers as far as the show. So with that being the end, feel free to smash that like button, super kick the subscribe button, comment down below, and hit the bell notification. Until next time, this is the Wrestling Basement.